this video, we're going to talk about the library in Travefy. Now, the library is a special place in Travefy because it can offer huge time savings for you as you build itineraries and proposals. Now, the library is a special place where you can save information and content that you want to reuse on a regular basis. And I'll walk through and just give you a couple quick examples of how you can get started with Travefy and then give you a few tips of how to save information and organize it. So I'm going to click over to my account, and although the library is available in your account under the library tab where you can go in and view it and edit any items, how you access the library as you're working on an itinerary is over on the right side in the itinerary builder. So very simply, you can drag and drop any of those items you've saved into your library. You can drag and drop them into the center section here, as you can see I'm doing with this resort. I'll just drag and drop it over and drop that information in so that it populates in for me. Now, within here, once you drag and drop an item from the library in, it creates a copy of that version from your library. So then you can still go in and edit any of the information that you have added in to the itinerary, and it won't overwrite your library item unless you scroll down to the very bottom and choose the Save to Library option, and it will ask if you want to overwrite that item. So it's a really simple process to add items in just by dragging and dropping them over from your library on the right side. Now let's head over to our library where we can view and edit any of those items in there. And you can do that just by selecting the library option at the top in the blue bar. And within there, any of these items are items that I've saved, or if I have a team, my team members might have saved. So with a team on Travefy, you share a library. But within here, it's really flexible because you can pull up any of these items that you might have saved in here, update any of the details of the text, photos, etc. It's also a really flexible option because you can save lots of different types of information in here. Maybe certain types of travel insurance offers or travel tips and recommendations, like you see here for the recommended restaurants in Rome, and you can add those in from Travefy's Places database or from the City Guide. So it's a really, really simple way. And I would encourage you to think through your processes as you're building itineraries and proposals, is if there are any certain types of pieces of information or content that you're always adding to itineraries or to quotes, that you're doing that on a repeated basis. Those are great items to think about saving to your library, so that way you can just drag and drop them over. You don't have to repopulate them in all the time. So other great examples would be terms and conditions, or if you're a Disney specialist, saving in some of the resorts or fast pass information or meals and a meal plan or package information in, saving those items to your library so that you can very quickly and easily drag and drop them into an itinerary or proposal is a really great way to do that. Now within the library, you also have some options to save labels that are kind of like tags, and you can save those labels within there so that you can organize your library. Now, Travefy doesn't offer a folder structure. We offer the labels, which gives you more flexibility of how you want to save things. I typically recommend to add in a geographical label to an item as well as a category label. So for example here, I'll pull up this resort. And if I scroll down, what you'll notice is I've added in labels here for hotel and Los Cabos. I could also add in a Mexico label if I want to, and I can also create additional labels if needed. But this way, at any point in time, I can go into my itinerary that I'm working on and search for those labels. So for instance, I might want to just filter down to all of my Los Cabos content. Well, I can do that, and then I could also filter to just my Los Cabos hotels. And so that's the power of the labels, is that you can add multiple labels and then compound your search, or adding in those multiple layers of search to keep it organized. Now, for many of you, you might end up having hundreds of items in your label or in your library, and that's where the labels come in really handy to help stay organized and be able to search and find what you're looking for very, very quickly. So that's a little bit about the library. There are a lot of ways that you can use it. If you ever have questions on how to use the library or how to organize it, feel free to send us a message in the customer support chat or schedule a live training session with us, and we're happy to walk you through any of those questions that you might have.